From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rosslyn here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We are live at 6 a.m. It's been a cold overnight, but temperatures are on the rise. We have pretty gusty winds already out of the south this morning, and that southerly wind will warm us up pretty comfortably until rain moves in later on this afternoon. I will have everything you need to know about today and this evening's rain chance, as well as colder air returning for the weekend here in this weather update. So let's go ahead and get started with what's going on right now. Again, temperatures have been on the rise for the last few hours. We are in the upper 20s for the most part, some lower 30s out there. Hohenwald, Columbia, and Lewisburg all checking in at 30 degrees this morning, as well as Waynesboro, 27 for Lawrenceburg, as well as Pulaski, 28 down into Athens. Russellville also checking in at 30, as well as Iuka, Mississippi. So yes, it is still a cold morning. Yes, you do still need the layers this morning, but temperatures will continue to warm up thanks to this gusty wind out of the south, gusting anywhere from 20 to 25 miles an hour out there this morning. So that breeze will again work to continue to warm us up for the rest of this morning and even into the afternoon before that rainfall does arrive. I'll let you know how warm here in just a moment, but looking on our Arctic Air Skycam, still looking nice, calm, and pleasant this morning. Just a little bit breezy out there for this Friday morning. Just a little bit of traffic out there on Highway 43 moving through the middle of town. Otherwise, a nice, calm, and quiet start to the day. Again, don't forget your rain gear for today. You may not need it this morning, but you'll likely need it this afternoon. Still looking like a calm scene over into Florence. Temperatures again still below freezing, but on the rise this morning. West-northwest wind right now out of 4 miles an hour, but I'm thinking we're going to still again see that southerly wind dominate for the rest of this morning and afternoon again. So going to be breezy for today, especially for the morning and afternoon. Clouds will be around, partly cloudy, but the sunshine will also be around. But temperatures warm up quickly for this afternoon into those low to maybe even some mid 50s out there in North Alabama. But you notice around and just after lunchtime, we are still dry, still gusty though. Cloud cover will start to thicken up by the mid-afternoon. Into the late afternoon, by about the 3, 4, 5 o'clock hour, we will start to see rainfall move in. Now, I will say I don't think we're going to see as heavy or as widespread of coverage of rainfall as what Futurecast is showing, but I'm thinking a good bit of just about everybody sees some rain showers later on this afternoon, and then into the evenings, temperatures still above freezing, even as that rainfall moving through. But on the tail end of this rainfall, like we've been saying all week, we could see maybe a few sleet pellets mix in, but we're not going to be noticing anything other than, again, maybe a few sleet pellets bouncing off of your windshield. Otherwise, no impacts accumulation expected whatsoever. That rainfall gets out of here this evening and overnight. Then we are mostly dry for your Saturday. Clouds will be around, temperatures starting off in the upper 20s to lower 30s. So we warm up quickly today, and then the temperatures will fall back quickly as well after that rainfall moves through. I can't completely rule out a stray shower or a stray flurry by Saturday. Clouds will still be around, but we should be mostly dry for your Saturday. I'm talking a 10% chance or less of some moisture moving through still, but I'm thinking, again, most of that moisture should be kicked out by tonight. Now, I will say though, we are nice, dry, and very cold on Sunday. More on that here in just a moment, but looking like some wintry weather well to our southeast, and that is where it will stay. We have a sunny day in store for Sunday, but like I said, I'll talk about those temperatures that you can expect here in just a moment. But things stay dry for the second half of the weekend. In fact, pretty much dry for Saturday as well. We maintain cold air, at least for the beginning of next week. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy on Monday with that wind still out of the north. So let's go ahead and talk about Sunday's temperatures in terms of the wind chill, factoring in that wind out of the north. This is what it's going to be feeling like Sunday morning. So go ahead and already start planning ahead for your Sunday morning church service. Is going to be very cold. You're going to need as many layers as you can. We're going to be feeling like the upper single digits to low to mid-teens out there for your Sunday morning. And then by Sunday afternoon, unfortunately, not much warmer. We're talking mid-30s for air temperatures, and then that feels like temperature with that northerly wind factoring in into the teens and 20s. So again, it's going to be making it feel like it's about 10 to 15 degrees colder than it actually is throughout the morning and afternoon on Sunday. So remember, Sunday is going to get very cold, but this afternoon we're going to be continuing to warm up. It's going to be eventually comfortable by this afternoon, and then we are going to be colder for your Saturday, and then even colder by Sunday. Again, those wind chills that I just showed you, we stay between the 30s and 40s for the beginning of next week, and then we eventually start to warm up towards the middle of next week. But I'll talk more about that on the 7-day here in just a moment. But if you're heading out to the bus stop, yes, it is still a cold start to the day, so you will need to send the kiddos off with the layers. But at least for the morning, things are looking dry. But by the time we get to the bus stop, we are going to start to see those first few showers, especially in the northwestern portion of our viewing area as that moves northwest to southeast. But in terms of this afternoon, again, I would grab the rain gear just in case, but as we get deeper into the afternoon and evening, that's when those rain chances going to start to increase. The low to mid 50s this afternoon. You'll still probably need a jacket this afternoon, but just not as many layers as this morning. You see that here on our hourly forecast, temperatures warming up into those lower to maybe even some mid 50s out there in North Alabama. So again, warming up quickly for today, and then we're going to be cooling off just as quickly once that moisture gets on out. But those rain chances going to start to increase later on into the afternoon and then into the evening. Again, light to moderate rainfall. We're not looking at a heavy rainfall event by any means, but we are looking at the potential again for those temperatures to cool off pretty quickly as that moisture is starting to get out. So maybe a few sleet pellets bouncing off your windshield, but that is all that you're going to notice from any sort of wintry precip. Like we've been saying all week, we're not expecting any sort of winter weather impacts with this system. And then for your Saturday, things are starting to clear out and dry out. Again, maybe a stray shower or flurry, temperatures reaching the lower 40s by your Saturday afternoon. Very cold overnight Saturday into Sunday. Remember those wind chill values, those feels like temperatures in the upper single digits to teens, and then by the afternoon only feeling like the mid to low 20s out there. So we are going to be very cold on Sunday. A little bit warmer by Monday, mostly sunny, a few clouds by Tuesday, and then we are looking a little bit warmer towards the middle of next week. But of course, that is always going to be paired with some rain chances. Chance of showers returns by Wednesday and Thursday. Now to check out your local weather forecast on this Friday morning. Remember, it is still a cold start, so be sure to grab your jacket and your winter gear for this morning. You'll need the rain gear later this afternoon. And then again, maybe some sleet falling from the sky, but nothing going to come of that in terms of impacts. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.